this is what happened. They say bend, melt. The metal is becoming almost like plastic. And then I went like that, and the spoon broke.
For the mainstream, the notion of someone possessing psychic abilities has been regulated to works of fiction or fringe pseudoscience. Yet there have been, and continue to be, scientific studies into the phenomenon with truly intriguing results. In 2010, Lance Storm, Patrizio Tresoldi, and Lorenzo De Riccio analyzed 29 Gansfield studies, a form of sensory deprivation test, from 1997 to 2008. Of the 1,498 trials, 483 produced hits, corresponding to a hit rate of 32.2%. This hit rate is statistically significant. Participants who were thought to be psi-conducive were found to perform significantly better than control participants in the experiment. During the 1970s, Russian housewife and former member of the Red Army Tank Regiment, Nina Kulagina, made international headlines by demonstrating a series of astounding psychic powers. Mainly focusing on her psychokinetic abilities, Russian scientists studied Kulagina in a series of tests ranging from moving objects and influencing laser beam trajectories to the stopping of a frog's beating heart, all using only her mind. Nina could even generate electromagnetic heat with her body. While doing so, she would occasionally burn holes in her own clothing. In one instance, she accidentally burnt the arm of a reporter who happened to be present. If psychic ability can be demonstrated in statistically significant amounts through scientific investigation, is it possible we all possess some amount of psychic power? And if so, can we develop and hone our own psychic abilities?
You know, when I teach psychic development, I let those people know everyone is psychic. Everyone has the ability to give some sort of message. The thing is that not everyone believes that they are, and nor is that everyone's path. They don't have a passion to pursue how do I develop my ability so that I can help others.
If psychic abilities are indeed a reality, it stands to reason that world governments would realize the huge potential in utilizing such skills, particularly in the fields of defense and intelligence. In 1975, the CIA tasked two laser physicists, Dr. Russell Targ and Hal Puthoff, to develop a psychic spy program that spent more than $20 million over 20 years testing, developing, and applying psychic abilities.
So I formed, together with my colleague Hal Puthoff, another laser physicist, a ESP program at Stanford Research Institute. But we felt that during the Cold War, psychic abilities might actually be useful. So we went to the CIA and said, we think we have the ability to describe distant places in a way that would be useful to you. And the CIA gave us some demonstration of ability tasks to do, and that was successful. And we then had a 20-year research activity.
The fact that the CIA spent millions in taxpayer dollars over decades investigating psychic abilities does lend credence to the phenomena's legitimacy. Yet, physical proof is notoriously difficult to ascertain. However, during the government-funded studies, Drs. Russell Targ and Hal Puthoff became interested in one particular individual who seemed to possess remarkable psychic abilities and was able to demonstrate them repeatedly. This individual's name was Uri Geller.
They were very concerned, the CIA were concerned, that the Russians were ahead of them in psychical research. And I leave in 1972, straight to Palo Alto, California, to Stanford Research Institute. And that's where Dr. Hal Puthoff and Russell Targ and Edgar Mitchell and all those scientists who had very direct links to the CIA, they set up the experiments with me.
Investigations into Uri Geller's powers covered the gamut of psychical areas, though his ability to use psychokinesis to seemingly bend a spoon was what he is most famous for.
I hold a spoon and I stroke it very gently, and I look at it and I say, bend, melt, bend, melt. And look, the metal is becoming almost like plastic. Plasticine, no heat is produced. I say, bend, melt, bend, and look. And then I went like that, and the spoon broke. I produce an energy wave, and it penetrates the molecular structure of the metal.
Though Uri's ability to bend a spoon is indeed an impressive demonstration, it hardly seems likely that the CIA were focused on this aspect of Geller's powers. More likely, it was Uri Geller's remote viewing capabilities, which he previously utilized for the Mossad in Israel, that offered the CIA more interest. But what is remote viewing, and how does it work?
Tell us about remote viewing. Exactly what is that?
It's essentially systematic extrasensory perception. We take the innate ability that we're all born with, that intuitive feeling that we sometimes have of knowing that the phone's going to ring, and we turn that into a skill. So it's very similar to language. The skill itself can be taught to anyone within weeks.
My remote viewing skills kicked in, and I started asking, okay, so I'm seeing my target from this position. Flip it, and I drew it that way. Show me this, give me the colors. Detail after detail, some of the best remote viewing I've ever done. But all of us focused in on removing the dark spots or the things that we saw in that.
Did you have to see the person physically?
No, not at all. Actually, we just used the model. Think about this, George. We've got scientists, physicists, bank owners, CEOs, people of high intelligence that are running things all around our world, coming in and doing this work.
Its clear psychic abilities have at least some basis in reality, as the phenomena is not simply rejected by legitimate science and governmental institutions, but rather embraced and investigated. We know the CIA has explored the phenomena in the past, and some believe they continue with these psi programs to this day. If experts believe these innate skills lie dormant within us all, imagine a world in which psychic abilities are encouraged and developed instead of dismissed and rebuked. So what's stopping you from testing your own abilities for yourself?